Ladies and gentlemen, again, Bulabinaka to you all for coming this morning. We really appreciate you taking your time out. As you know, when we get in the morning, get ready to go to work, you get in the morning, get ready to go to your farm because that's your work, that's your business, that's your entrepreneurship. But today you've taken time out to be at this program where we are about to announce a major program. We are launching this program, new initiative, with development partners. And today, in the first round, the development partner that we have is ADRA. It's an NGO supported by development partners, governments, and their own members outside Fiji. Seventh-day Adventist church members outside Fiji who has decided to part with part of their savings and salary to advance the livelihood of people in small developing countries like Fiji. And ADRA for a long period of time has been in the forefront to assist farmers in developing countries, particularly in Fiji, to improve their livelihood. Following the natural disaster, those areas who are affected are able to bounce back quickly to any shock or any future shock. You are able to bounce back quickly, and secondly, you build resilience so that the damage caused by any future disasters will be minimal. Ladies and gentlemen, the crop and livestock sector across Fiji has been severely impacted by two cyclones, the recent one, TC Yasa and TC Ana. TC Yasa alone recorded over $147 million of damages to Fiji agriculture sector. TC Ana damage assessment is currently in progress, and we can predict further substantial losses. Both cyclones occurred amidst the pandemic when unprecedented financial challenges were experienced by our farmers. As you probably would have noted, the Ministry of Agriculture since last year following the pandemic, COVID-19, we had put in place a number of programs not only to leverage and support our farmers to improve their livelihood, but also to support those households who are moving away from their previous employments in the formal sector to search for a livelihood in the agriculture sector. Over the last 12 months, we have seen two major movements. One movement is large number of workers and laborers moving toward agriculture sector in the rural area, maritime, agriculture sector, villages, and also in response to that, in response to a movement of laborers and workers and households towards agriculture, we've also seen moving of land into agriculture. These two movements have resulted in substantial growth, significant growth in the agriculture sector, as well as significant growth in the export of agriculture produce in particular. In 2020, we saw about a 15% growth in the volume of export, and we're looking at much higher growth in export, agriculture produce export, relative to last year, this year. Ladies and gentlemen, based on extensive consultation, we have decided that the best and fastest way to support our farmers after this cyclone is to incentivize them, but an output-based approach. Rather than choosing an input-based approach, for example, cash for labor, which is an input-based approach, we have adopted an output-based approach called cash for cultivation. The objective of this initiative is to provide cash to vulnerable farmers affected by TC Ana or TC Yasa for the purpose of land clearance, land preparation, and planting material to re-establish a 1 acre plot. This is based on available funding. We are basically opening this up for all farmers who will be provided with this assistance to leverage them to engage in meaningful agricultural activity, where this particular support, $200 cash per acre, up to an acre per farmer, will result in visible, actual, on-the-ground output that these farmers will produce. Ladies and gentlemen, there are four crucial objectives that we will be able to serve out of this cash for cultivation program. Number one, we will be able to assist in improvement of the livelihood of these rural agriculture households with this cash provision of $200 per household who are participating in this program. Number two, we will be able to improve food security or secure the household with respect to food by providing this assistance, which will incentivize them to produce for their consumption. Number three, we will be able to improve or boost the rural economy. Very important, the rural economy also gets a boost and takes momentum and expands. So with this money that we will be giving out to rural, interior, maritime households, you will see that people will be spending. People will be spending to those who are providing input, or to those who are providing input such as labor, or those who are selling some other inputs, or providing, let's say, draft bullocks or machinery. So the money will be circulating there. They will be spending the money in rural small shops, small outlets. So the money won't be tied up, but the money will circulate in the rural economy, and therefore will lead to an increase in economic activity in the rural area. The fourth objective that as policymakers that will be served out of this injection of money that through the rural household is expansion of agriculture. The growth and development of any country depends on the growth and development of the key economic sectors of the country. So when you add up this individual agricultural households expansion, the aggregate will result in expanding, and that's what we want. We want the agriculture sector to expand, and the only way to do this is to assist in expansion of the parts. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are very pleased today to have this first partnership in this particular cash for cultivation program from ADRA, who are providing us with the first lot of funding, from which we will be able to assist close to 2,000 farmers, where we will provide them each farmer $75 cash upfront. They may use to hire a tractor. They may use to pay for labor. Upon completion of the full cultivation and provision of evidence to our staff, we will then transfer the remaining $125. So, ladies and gentlemen, the farmer may decide to hire a tractor to prepare the land. The farmer may decide to use draft bullocks to prepare the land. The farmer may decide to use draft horse to prepare the land. Or the farmer may decide to use family labor to manually prepare the land, 1 acre. That's the farmer's choice. All we need is land prepared, crop planted, and evidence given to us for us to transfer the remaining or the full amount. Some farmers may opt not to take the advance and would want to take the full cash of $200 upon completion of the planting. Some people have this misnomer thinking that if there's a small farmer, that farmer is a subsistence farmer. That's not the definition of subsistence farmer. Subsistence or commercial farmer is not by size. It's a question of what are they growing the produce for? Are they growing the produce for their home consumption, or are they growing the produce in response to market signals? And all these farmers that you see in Valley Road, they are all commercial farmers, whether they have a 5-acre holding, or 2-acre holding, or 100-acre holding. All of them are growing based on market signals. They are growing for the market. They are commercial farmers, and we're very proud of them. And I think we are, in Fiji's agriculture model, we are basically dispelling the myth that for commercial agriculture, you only need to have large farms. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank ADRA and the New Zealand government and European Union, who have also been partnering with ADRA in previous projects and have partnered in this project.
The Adventist Development Relief Agency, ADRA, in short, is the part of the Seventh-day Adventist Church that looks after the welfare and development of not only in Fiji but all over the world. We exist in more than 138 countries. So it's a worldwide network of people who are really going down to sacrifice and also to serve the people that are in need. Whilst I'm talking here, there are others that are already on the ground in various parts of the world that are also working similar to what we are actually activating here in Fiji, trying to help our people that go through crisis, that are left behind, that are mostly having problems that through lives, crises that come by. And I'm glad that we are partnering with the government, especially with the ministry, focusing specifically on this case in agriculture. We've been working with agriculture for quite some time, and helping up subsistence farmers, semi-commercial farmers at some instance to uplift and also to evaluate some of the work that they have already undertaken in most of the communities around Fiji. We work in most of areas in Viti Levu and Vanua Levu and maritime islands as well. And the minister and I, we have been talking about this for quite some time, and I'm glad that this is coming to fruitful in this occasion this morning. And I want to thank you all, farmers, for your attendance this morning. And I must thank all the government officials who are also here, especially the ministry's officials who have been working behind the scene, that have been supporting this initiative. And we know that it's not easy, but I'm glad that this is coming to fruitfulness, and that most of our farmers will be getting what they need. And on behalf of ADRA and on behalf of our team, we are really happy and we are really delighted to partner with the government, specifically with the Ministry of Agriculture, and to take this forward. And as he had shared with us today, this is an instant help that we can give out to you, and we are hoping that more will come, so that we can touch most of the farmers also in areas that are also left behind, specifically in areas in the interior that also need the assistance from us. With those words, thank you so much for coming in this morning, and we are happy, and we know that this will go far, and let's pray that this will be a success as we move forward. Pina Wasarawa Levu, Tanaba.